Hey Al, it's a gloomy Sunday. Honestly, it wasn't easy to record this today. So I'll sandwich this and give like response and ideas to what you said and then kind of share about what's going on with me. I think you hit the hammer on the head that the whole criminal justice system is not really a restorative system in most of the world. The cruelty is the point. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And the whole system is kind of just layers on layers of band-aid solution with no real thinking of the unintended consequences. Like you said about how if you participated in a protest in your court, you can't apply for citizenship, which what's the message that they're sending, right? That they don't want woke, they don't want participatory democracy, and what kind of came to mind when you were talking about like communal justice and how if someone transgresses in a community, then the community is supposed to kind of be that space for them to face the consequences and like get feedback. And I was just thinking about how communal justice kind of hasn't been a thing at scale for a while, not in my lifetime and probably not in many lifetimes. In a sense, like governments are the professionalization of collective responsibility. In a communal space, someone transgresses, the community comes together, and governments are kind of a scaling solution to that problem, because once you have 1,000 people, 10,000, 1 million, it's kind of hard to execute that form of communal justice, and makes me wonder if it works better. We don't talk to our neighbors, we call the police if they're being disruptive. But even at a personal level, like when I was facing challenges with, you know, in family and stuff like that, we called the cops because yeah, that wasn't the sense of the community being there for us. It would be very interesting to look at how, as societies evolved, we offloaded this collective responsibility more and more into bureaucratic bodies. And I want to imagine that it was a good decision to deal with the scale, but in moments like this, in that video that you mentioned, it can really feel like maybe we went a bit too far. But what I'm thinking about in a personal level is, where do we draw that line of how much is it a collective responsibility? So, for example, having toxic people in your environment is removing them, giving up your responsibility towards your community, cutting people off because they are unhealthy for you. Maybe I'm stretching this a bit, but it's kind of like interpersonal deportation. I'm particularly asking about this because of something personal to me, where there are people in the life of people that I care about that are really unhealthy for them, and we're trying to get them away out of that. And I'm just wondering, is that restorative justice? Is that the best way to approach this? But also, I know that this person is not someone who's going to be very interested or capable of kind of receive feedback and change. So it's potentially going to harm the people that I love and care about. My question, I guess, is removing toxic people from your life, giving up your community collective responsibility? And if so, what are the consequences, and what's a better way to do it? And now we come to the final layer of the sandwich, that this video was really hard for me to make today. Like, it just took so much more effort, physically and emotionally. And it's because of the things that I've talked to you about my depression and going back on medication. It's got me questioning a lot of things about how, over the past half decade, all these things that I thought were problems, were they just symptoms of my dysthymia? Because maybe I wasn't receiving the most effective care. I don't think I'll have the answers, at least not within a decade. I'm reading a very helpful book, and I'm most probably going to get back on medication. But at this point in time, it's very glass half empty. It's not even glass half empty. It's the glass half empty and it's full of poison. So yeah, it was really hard to do this today. But I just thought I can either be miserable and not make this vlog, or be miserable and make this vlog. And that seemed like the better way to spend my Sunday. Thanks, I'll see you next week.